Hey everyone, you've seen the percentage sign and you think, where will I use this? Everywhere around you, at the shops, on TV, at school, at work, you're going to see this sign. This sign is a global sign. What does it mean? It's the percent sign. It means out of 100. Out of 100. If we say 20%, we are saying 20 out of 100. If we are saying 27%, 27 out of 100. If we say 3%, we are saying 3 out of 100. Percentages are used worldwide. We need to know how to work with them. Throughout mathematics, we're going to use them in later topics as well. Now, let's understand the basics of percentages. What we're going to learn about is basically how to convert from fractions to percentages and then from percentages back to fractions. We're now going to convert percentages to fractions. Let's get started. Here we have 4 examples. We're going to go through one by one. We notice we have the first example saying 7%. 7%. And we said percent means out of 100. So we want to write this percent as a fraction. It is simple. All you need to do is put it over 100. 7 out of 100. 7 out of 100 is exactly the same as 7%. This is in percent form. This is in fraction form. So 7% is simply written as 7 out of 100. 15%. You've guessed it. How is it going to be written? 15 out of 100. It's that simple? Yes. But if you remember, we learned in fractions, whenever we have a fraction, we ask, can we simplify? In this case, yes, we can. 15 out of 100 is going to be written in a simpler form. We simplify by looking for the HCF, the highest common factor, divided by 5, because 5 is the highest common factor in 15 and 100, which means 15 divided by 5 is 3, and 100 divided by 5 is 20. So what does that mean? It means that 15% is exactly the same as 3 over 20. 3 over 20 is 15 over 100, but in simplified fractions. So it's important when we are changing percentages to fractions, we are always looking for the simplest form. So 15% is exactly the same as 3 over 20. Put 15% in your calculator, press equals, and you'll get 3 over 20 when you are changing it in fraction form. Here, 82%. Again, percent means out of 100. So 82 out of 100. Now what does that mean? That means 82 out of 100. So if you got 82% in your exam, you got 82 marks out of 100 marks. So we want to know, can we simplify this further? When we are changing percentages to fractions, we simplify further. And in this case, yes, we can simplify further. Again, the same rule of simplifying fractions. We look for the highest common factor divided by the highest common factor. In this case, it's going to be 2. Our final answer, 82 divided by 2 is 41. 100 divided by 2 is 50. That is our simplified fraction. 82% is exactly the same as 41 out of 50. Last example, for changing percentages to fractions, 120%, meaning 120 out of 100. So 120 out of 100. What do you notice? We can simplify it? Yes, we can. Well, if we simplify it, we look for the highest common factor, and the highest common factor is 20. 120 divided by 20 is 6. And 100 divided by 20 is 5. 6 over 5. What do you notice? It's in improper fraction. We can also write it as an improper or a mixed numeral. Changing it to a mixed numeral. How many 5s go into 6? 1 whole and 1 remainder. And the 5 goes on the denominator. That's in a improper fraction, and that's a mixed numeral. 6 over 5, 1 and 1/5 is exactly the same as 120%. We've converted percentages to fractions, percentages to fractions, percentages to fractions, and percentages to fractions. Now we're going to go from fractions back to percentages. We are now asked to convert fractions back to percentages. We know the rule. We have to multiply by 100 over 1, or multiply by 100, 100 over 1, or 100, same thing. So, in this case here, we have 8 over 100. Do we need to multiply it by 100? Generally, yes. However, we can tell straight away there's a shortcut. 8 over 100 is exactly the same as 8%. 8 over 100 is 8%, because we know percent means over 100. The denominator is 100, so we simply know this means 8 over 100, which is 8%. So no need to multiply and make it hard. We always like to make things easy. So 8 over 100 is simply 8%. Looking in this example, we notice that the denominator is not 100. So we can't just simply do what we just did up top. We have to follow the rule. Multiply by 100. So 3 over 4 times by 100, or 100 over 1, we're going to get the answer in percent. So grab your calculator. 3 over 4 times 100 over 1. Put it in your calculator, and what are you going to get? You're going to get 3 over 4 times 100 over 1. You're going to get 75. And very important, you must put your percent sign. I've seen kids, they do the work and they forgot the percent. The answer is totally wrong. Very important, 75%. 3/4 times 100 over 1 is 75%, which means 75 out of 100. 8 out of 25, we're going to convert it back to percent. We multiply by 100 over 1. 8 over 25 times by 100 over 1. In your calculator, you're going to get 32, and of course, percent. 32% is exactly the same as 8 over 25. That's in fraction, and that's in percentage. When we're converting to percent, we times by 100. Last one, we have 2 wholes and 4 over 5, so it's a mixed numeral. Well, we're going to convert it to percentages. We times by 100 over 1. What are we going to get? Put in your calculator, 2 and 4 over 5. 2 and 4 over 5 times 100, you're going to get 280, and of course you're going to put your percent sign. 280% is exactly the same as 2 and 4 over 5.